Boom, what's going on? It's J Larsen. I'm excited to be here with you and share with you how to launch a product with no money. If you're a little tight on cash, a little tight on funds, which many are right now, these are some great strategies you can use to actually go put something out there without making your wallet thinner. All right, now I personally have done these strategies. This is not theory. It's actually how I launched myself. I had no money. I was broke. I was negative cash flow. I want to give you guys a free gift at the end. So go ahead and stick around. I want to tell you these 3 strategies that will show you how to launch a product online with no money. All right, so just to start out here, I launched my very first product similar to how you probably did. I built a Facebook page, and that was it. And that was all the announcing that I did to actually go and try and have success with this. I had one of my first college mentors tell me that the moment that I am starting to get annoyed with my own message is actually when the market even knows I'm there. They're just beginning to know, oh my gosh, he has a thing. It's exciting. But to me, it might feel annoying. Okay, so how do you launch a product online with no money? The first thing you need to understand is that you're going to say your message, because you're going to go the free route, more times than you're comfortable with. And you're going to go and you're going to talk about it and get annoyed with it way before the rest of the world is. I worked for Russell Brunson at ClickFunnels for about 2 years. I was a sales funnel builder over there, sat in the same room as him, and he has the same marketing story that he tells over and over and over. It's his potato gun story. He learned how to build a sales funnel with a potato gun. That was his first one. And I'm sick of it. And frankly, he's sick of it. And it got to the point where he would sit there and he would turn on his camera because the next interview was coming up, and he'd go, he'd look over his computer, sitting at his desk over at me. And I'd be sitting at my desk and he'd go, well, here we go. And I would take my headphones and go, good luck. Because we were so tired of hearing the same story. And he was tired of telling it. But the reason he did it is because he was tapping into free distribution channels, launching his products. Now, obviously, he did spend some money to go and get his out the door. But how I launched my very first products, I had to do with no money. And I had to fight the mind game that my marketing and messaging is wrong just because I got sick of it. So word to the wise on that one. I need you to really, really hear me on that. Most marketers will freak out. They go nuts thinking, you know what? Something's wrong with my marketing. You're probably just getting tired of it. The reality is that marketing works. And of course you can tweak it and you make it better, but you're gonna get sick of your message way before the marketplace does. So how do you launch a product online with no money for free? I want to caveat all this stuff with this. First off, you're gonna have to create a market message, a sales message. And you're gonna be a salesperson for your thing. And you're gonna say that message until you're dreaming it, baby. It's not gonna stop. And it's gonna stick in your head. And you have to be able to be okay with that. So I have sold my products online with no money many times by doing exactly what I just said. Number 1, create a sales message and know that I'm gonna get sick of it before the market. But that doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means I'm saying it a lot. Number 2, though, I will dump that message into all the free distribution channels that I have access to. I'll go to Facebook. I'll say my message on Facebook. I'll go do it on podcasts. I'll do it on YouTube. I'll go do it on Instagram. And I continue to. It's not just once. So I want to caution you while you're doing this first strategy right here, that once you have a message and you're starting to tap into these free distribution channels, one of the biggest mistakes people will make is they just say the message once. They say the message one time and they're like, Steve, my marketing didn't even work. They're like, this whole thing's a scam. It sucks. And I'm like, oh my gosh. If others are doing it and you're not, you're the variable. How do you launch for free with no money? Man, you got to say your message a lot. When I was doing door-to-door sales, our quota was to knock 100 doors a day. 100 a day for a whole 5-month summer? That's a lot of time saying my sales message, not including all the times I practiced it. When I was a telemarketer, I'm sorry, I was that guy, all right? But I was a telemarketer, we tried to call 200 people a day. 200 and try to get 2 sales. I'm saying this because you're looking up how to sell a product for free. I'm nervous that some of you are looking around saying, instead, what you're really trying to type in is, how do I sell a product with no effort? Doesn't work that way. You're gonna buy your customers somehow. And if you're looking for ways to do that are free, it means you're gonna use your time mentally. Prepare for that. Let's go into point number 2. If you're looking to actually go sell a product online for free, and if you watch any of my other videos, which I strongly recommend, you know that you need to tap into free distribution. You need to tap into a list. Okay? And there's a lot of ways to do that on social media. Posting on your own Facebook profile, people are gonna see it. It's free distribution. But what do you do if you're like, Steve, I don't want to go use social media to go do this? I get it. I have a love-hate relationship with social media as well. A few years ago, I decided that I would start writing a list. This is called the Dream 100 method. was made famous by Chet Holmes. And what Chet Holmes did was he wanted to get a lot of sales for his product, started sending packages to 100 of his dream partners. It's like, hey, I want you to promote our stuff. He started sending all these packages, and of the 100 people, he ended up getting tons of these massive, big name, I think it was magazines, to go and promote him. And he turned his magazine into one of the largest magazines that was, ever existed in a couple of years through this strategy. It has since been called the Dream 100 strategy. And so I was like, I'm gonna go do this. So I wrote a list of 100 people that I wished would go promote my thing for free, and I'll just give them a percentage. Now that sounds crazy. Worked so well. It's one of the biggest hacks on the internet. So what I did is I went and I wrote a list. And then I was like, man, these people don't know who I am. And if you're like how I was back then, I was brand new. No one knew who I was. I had no following. I really didn't have any email lists. I barely had a product, right? Which might be why you're looking up at this video right now, okay? I had a lot to go against, and you might also. So this is how I solved it. I went and I decided that I would start sending marketing packages to these 100 people. I would sit up and write a letter 100 times to these 100 people and put a little trinket in there. So the letter said something like this. Hey, what's up? I know you don't know me. I just wanted to send you this thing introducing myself. I got started in this industry because of giants like you. It taught me a lot. And I just want you to know just who I am. And honestly, I want you to think that I'm cool. Is that too weird to say? Anyway, I wanted to grab the mic, and I had a little stupid cheesy toy microphone for like 10 cents that was in there. Okay, it was cheesy, but it caught their attention. I just wanted to grab the mic and introduce myself. That was it. 3 weeks later, I sent the next package. What's up? Right, now I started telling stories, selling who I was. Hey, I do this. I was the lead funnel builder at ClickFunnels for 2 years. Hey, I was, right, and I didn't make it like a me sesh, okay? But I did sell myself. Then on the next one, I started selling the thing that I was doing. Here's the product I created and why I did it. Then 3 weeks later, I sent another package. I didn't even get to finish the full 5 package sequence we created because of how many people responded back. And we did joint ventures, or JVs as they're often called, with my dream 100 people that I wanted to work with. This is a huge deal to understand. Does it take me more time to build a list for myself, right? Or does it take me more time to go and just start working with a dream 100 person? Do I make faster distribution and engagement by trying to build a list, which takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, my friends? Or can I just find ways to partner with the people who already have one? It's way easier to get relationships, real relationships with those people who have access to your dream buyers. Can we do a little thing together? It's one of the fastest ways to make lots of money on the internet. I have a buddy right now who has made millions, not an income claim, disclaimer, everyone feel disclaimed, sweet. Right? He worked hard for it, but he made millions of dollars by simply doing joint venture, a JV, with the next person, and the next person, and the next person, and the next person. That's it. That's the only strategy he's used to really blow up his business. This is a very powerful concept. It's not something that's new. I'm not just pulling it out of thin air. It's actually internet popular. It's called the Dream 100, and it's one of the best ways to sell your product online with no money. All right, before I pull back the curtain on the third strategy and easiest way to sell things on the internet and launch things on the internet with no money, hit like and subscribe. If you're liking this video, please go ahead and let me know down below. If you're like, hey, your eyes are too big. I know. I'm aware of that. They're gigantic, all right? Comment down below. Let me know what you like most about this video, and we'll be sure to make more like this. Hey guys, the third strategy on how to really launch a product online with no money, honestly, the third best way is to realize that the best way to launch something online with no money is to launch something online with money, right? But it doesn't have to be yours. Money is faster than time. Please write that down. If you're like, I have no money, then you gotta use time. But you also can just use other people's money. One of the first ways I filled one of my first events, we had 150 people there, this is years ago, was I decided that I would get into affiliate marketing. And I was like, hey, I want this crowd on the internet to come to my physical event. How do I do that? Here's all I did, guys. I looked at this crowd and I was like, okay, in this marketplace, who is launching something soon that I also want to promote? So what I did is I found what products were launching next, and I decided I would promote them, but if you buy through me, I'll give you a ticket to my live event. Ooh. Okay, now this is a key thing to understand. My first event cost me $250,000 to put on, okay? It was a real event, big, massive event. It was a lot of fun. I stepped on stage at break even because of the strategy I'm telling you right now. How do you launch a product online with no money? There's a lot of ways to do it, but you got to get over that mentality and somehow eventually realize that honestly, money is way faster than your time. You talk to more people, you get in front of more people. And the way that I did it by launching my first event was by finding products that were about to go and launch in a marketplace. I would tell the people, hey, if you buy that product through my affiliate link, I'll give you a ticket to that event. It's awesome. I got a commission, which I used to put on the event, and I got someone coming. I stepped on stage at break even. One of my first big internet product successes, I actually tried to do what you're probably trying to learn right now. I was selling for I made $1,000 a week, all organic, no paid advertising, totally for free. It was amazing. And that way, it was the more money I'd ever seen in my life at that time, okay? We were still struggling. I was still trying to figure out this game. And I remember that went on for more than a year. I pulled in about 60 grand, totally automated, right? A little more than a year's worth, about $1,000 a week. One of my first mentors looked at me and he goes, why are you not turning ads on? And I was like, because I don't need to, baby. Check this out. There's money flowing from the ceiling. That is more than I'd ever seen. And he's like, yeah, but it's stupid to not spend money as a marketer. And I was like, what? And he's like, a real marketer wants to spend as much money as they can to acquire a customer at break even. And I was like, what? And it was this big, massive, jaw-dropping truth that he was dropping on me. You should expect to spend money to acquire a buyer. That's why I'm leaving this as the third one here for you guys, okay? So if you're like, I have no money, use others' money, promote their thing, get a commission from it, and now use that cash to go dump it. I have never taken a loan to grow my company, ever. And why? How did I bootstrap this from the ground up? Man, doing exactly what I just said. I go and I promote someone else's product, I grab a commission from that, and I use that to go fund my thing. Instead of going the Shark Tank method, which is for them to give me golden handcuffs and take a percentage of my company and give me VC funding, I don't have to do any of that crap. I skip the whole model by selling, providing actual value. Then I just take that money. I don't dare take it as profit. I go dump it into my business to grow it. My whole multi-million-dollar company has been grown like that. I have all the equity because of this. What I'm teaching you here will skip the entire mainstream entrepreneurial business model that's being taught. That's what I learned in my marketing degree at business school. It will skip everything what is going on. Okay, the internet lets you talk to so many people so fast, sell other people's products, break it, and do things that the natural traditional business world is just not used to. Okay, so I sell a product. How do you launch a product online with no money? Yeah, I gave you 2 strategies ahead. This third one though, you got to get over it. And don't make the mistake that I made and spend a year just doing organic marketing. Oh my gosh, as soon as you turned ads on, things exploded. But it doesn't have to be your money. You can sell other people's stuff, grab a commission for it, and boom, launch and build your business that way. Hey guys, I can't tell you how many times I've launched a product and just barely broken even, or launched a product and made absolutely no money. If you're trying to figure out how to launch for profit, literally go to launchforprofit.com. It's the name of my podcast. I strongly recommend that you design profits into your launch before you try to launch it. I have a free PDF there you can download that will show you some of my favorite launch strategies, whether you're trying to launch something for the first time or if you've already launched and you're trying to figure out how to keep it in orbit. Okay, it's a free PDF. Go to launchforprofit.com.